And the German Jewish community is shocked and outraged over this horrific crime against a teenage girl. Police discovered the body of Susanna Feldman, a 14-year-old Jewish teen, after a two-day search. Police believe she was raped and murdered by an Iraqi asylum seeker. Police first arrested and released a Turkish suspect, and now they have just found a 20-year-old Iraqi suspect, a refugee who was already under investigation for armed robbery when he fled back home to Iraq after the murder. Police say they just have him under arrest right now. Joining me now in Berlin is journalist Joel Shalit. Joel, thank you so much for being with us. I wanted to ask, first of all, this suspect now back in custody, Ali Bashar, he applied for asylum. It was rejected. Why was he still in the country? Why aren't those who were denied asylum immediately or more quickly deported?
They have extended remit to appeal these decisions. Most under German law, they have that right. And the Germans can't necessarily second guess the mental health or the criminal backgrounds of many of these people, because they come from countries in which there's no bureaucracy that could provide them with that kind of information to begin with, especially Iraq, as one could imagine, which hasn't had a functioning government really until recently, and let alone one that could actually respond to judicial inquiries from a Western country like Germany.
Joel, speaking of the chaos, the government turmoil in Iraq, they have found this suspect now who police say raped and murdered this girl. What would the extradition process look like, and what are German officials calling for here?
The Germans would like to bring him back for questioning. It's not clear that he is the person who committed this crime, but he is the primary suspect. It should also be noted that Susanna Feldman was his girlfriend, complicating things even more according to the German press. He did have a pre-existing relationship with the victim, a 13-year-old Iraqi, I believe from the same refugee camp in the Wiesbaden area, revealed the details to the German police and was the first person to signify that Ali Bashar was indeed probably the most likely culprit in the murder. Probably what will happen is that the Iraqi authorities will first be allowed to interrogate the suspect in an Iraqi jail where he is currently being held. And then the Germans will probably come from the embassy and interview him there. And after that point, the extradition process will probably start if they can all agree that he really is indeed a legitimate suspect.